Good morning, everybody. Thank you for jumping on this live to talk about the Academy. This has been my baby for so many months now. I'm super duper excited for it. It is the thing that I wish was around when I first started Mantrailing. And I've actually realised this week, 7 years ago, I was on my first Mantrailing instructor course. So 7 years ago, my little brain was like, yeah, you're going to do this as like a side part of your behaviour business. This is not going to take over your life. And absolutely no plans to be where I am now, but I tell you what, it's been the best journey, and I'm so excited to be where I am now, where I get to work with you guys as instructors. I get to work with clients all over the UK, globally. Like, I can't believe it. It popped up in my memories of me doing some teaching on the first course I did, which was super exciting. So I'm not going to waste your time. I'm hoping to do this in half an hour and give you guys a lowdown on what the Academy is, because it's different to everybody else's memberships. This isn't the same as everybody else. This is something much better. So for you, those of you that haven't met me, I'm Catherine Love. I used to be Catherine Jones, previously got married. So I've got over 10 years experience working in the dog industry. So not just in Mantrailing. I was a security dog handler, a security dog instructor for both narcotics and general purpose detection, general purpose bitey dogs. I was a behaviourist for a long period of time, specialising in bite histories as well. I've rescued dogs for pretty much the last 15 years, mostly spicy people. And I've worked with thousands of dogs, and that is an exaggeration. That is, I have worked with thousands and thousands of dogs. I've been very lucky to have the privilege to do that. But a lot of my experience comes from hands-on. This isn't, oh, I've read a book, and this is me working with dogs and people. So I'm a former head instructor for Mantrailing Global. I'm a former NTI PDU, so National Training Inspectorate for Professional Dog Users for security detection. I stopped doing that a few years ago when I realised I'm not a nice person on nights. I'm a Centre Print for Dogs Level 2. I have just recently completed the ILMA Global K9 handler and instructor. So I'm one of 13 instructors in the UK with that one. Oh, sorry, 13 instructors in the world with that one. And that was a really hard course, but so much knowledge. So a behaviourist, I'm a dog hoarder, I've got 8 dogs. I'm a mum, I have 2 little ones, and occasionally a wife to my poor suffering husband. This has consumed my life for the last month to get this guys ready for you guys. So my poor husband's been suffering. But yeah, so there's a quick rundown of me. I'm not a theory kind of person, I'm a doing kind of person. So everything that I'm bringing to the Academy is because I've done it. So what is the Academy? It's a one-stop shop for all things training instructors. It's online, it's accessible, it's self-paced, and it builds opportunities. It is everything that I think we need as instructors in one place. It's somewhere that you can pop online, ask questions, watch videos, how-tos, cheat sheets. It's information you need there, and every month it keeps updating, and there's just more and more added to it. Why is it for you? You deserve better. I have been lucky enough to be in the industry since the kind of it started Mantrailing in the UK. It just was a timing. I got a bit of a bug on it. I was full-time behaviourist. I went to do a bit of a workshop. I wanted to do it with my own dogs. Sounds like most instructors. I wanted to do my own dogs. I thought, oh, I'll do the instructor course so I can work my dogs and train other people's dogs. And as usual, my dogs got on the wayside. And I went head first and teaching people Mantrailing. I was lucky enough to become a head instructor for Mantrailing Global and work with more instructors. And I realized how much I'd missed working with instructors when I worked with the security industry. I'd had a few years out of teaching instructors, and I loved it. And I've been lucky in being in a privileged position where people were coming to me and telling me the things they didn't like or things they were struggling with as instructors. And I'd never been in a position to help with everything like that. It'd always been the, oh, well, yeah, we're kind of doing this, kind of doing that. And I hadn't been able to step out of my comfort zone and say, right, guys, I've listened to all your feedback. I want to help you. Here's what's going to happen. So now I am in that position, and I really want to do that. I want to be here. I've been lucky enough this year to be working with loads of instructors locally across the UK. I do a lot of mentoring online. I do train the trainer. So this is just me bringing everything together in one place that's accessible for everybody that maybe can't travel, that maybe might be international, that wants somewhere they can sit and watch videos and pause and come back to stuff. Like, it's just brilliant. I'm aiming to give you what's missing. I feel like a lot of courses, and I can't speak for all the courses, I'm going to give a general overview on it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Kind of give you like, here's the tools, off you go and teach. It doesn't bring clients to your doorstep. It doesn't help you when you need to problem solve. It doesn't help you when you have that one client and you go, you're not doing anything like you're supposed to be doing. This doesn't fit in the little parameters that I've been given. Because as we know, dog training never fits in the parameters. I mean, I look at my dogs most day and go, why did you do that? That doesn't fit the parameters of what you're doing. So I want to give you what's missing. Because the training stopped when it got interesting. So you all did your instructor course, you went, I love this, I'm having the best time. And then there was no more. It was like, well, where's the next bit of learning? I've got no access to CPD. I've got no access to moving forwards. I don't know where to go ask questions, whether in your membership or otherwise. I know there are lots of different ones out there. There's nowhere that you can, expand your muscles as an instructor. And we all know dog training's forever changing. Like we're learning loads more. We're learning loads more in science in dog stuff. And it's just, there's so much more. And the instructor course finishes and there's like nothing else for you to do, which is mental. And I know you want to do it because I've been there. I'm like, what's next? So I went and did some more instructor courses. We don't need to do more instructor courses. We need to learn more. And your training stopped when the challenging started. You went work clients. You didn't get to practice on stooge clients. You didn't learn how to deal with when somebody turns up and their dog's quite a bit more reactive than they thought. And we don't use one size fits all in dog training. So why are we doing it in Mantrailing? Why are we sticking ourselves in little plastic boxes and going, oh, well, this should work for this? I'm sorry, your German Shepherd is not your Spaniel, your Malinois is your Hound. They're all different and they work in very different ways. So why are we being taught to do it the same way? It's not how I teach. It's not how I teach my instructors. And it's not how it's going to go in academy. So, why is it for me? You've done the course, but you can't set up the right trails. You've had to run out of exercise to make things fun. You've kind of gone so far. Your business is busy, but you're not making money. So this academy isn't just about hold on a second. My child is screaming on the toilet. So your business is busy, but you're not making money. So this academy isn't just about teaching stuff. It is about learning how to run your business, how to make things profitable, how to price yourself, how to run your market, how to market yourself, how to get new clients, how to keep clients. Like you can be this world's most skilled dog trainer. If nobody knows you exist, what's the point? Like you can't do it. What is the point? Clients don't come to you just because you did a course. Clients come to you because of you. People buy you, and it's a really icky, hard thing to do in industry. And I've spent a lot of time learning how to be like, look at me. But what and I want to teach you guys that as well. And one of the things is I see a lot with instructors, and they come to me is clients are asking questions, but you haven't necessarily got the answers. And instead of going, oh, I'm making something up, you say I don't know, which I understand, but you should have the answers because you should have been taught it. Why did I start this? I think I've gone over this quickly. I'm fed up. I've seen instructors struggle. I'm so fed up of instructors coming to me and going, I can't pay the ends me. I'm struggling. I've done a new course, but clients still aren't coming. I've run out of things to teach them. I've got clients that have been working with me for 3 years and I'm losing them now because I don't know what to teach next. And it's not because you're not good instructors. It's not because you're not good business people. It's because you were left to just do shit all by yourself. And I'm really sorry. That's really hard. I can't do what I'm doing without my little tribe of people to help me. I can't do that without the people that I work with. I have to have someone to help me too. And I think you've been sold this dream and you haven't had that support. And I've seen it not just one or two instructors. I've seen it with loads of instructors. It's that I've done it. Why isn't this working? It feels really hard and you struggle. And I don't want you guys to struggle anymore. I want you to have a community to speak to. I want you to have access to me to ask questions. I want you to have somewhere you can go, how to teach that exercise? Or I'm running out of things to do. I want to do some theme stuff. Okay, there's something here in the academy that I can look at and work with when I'm working, and I can pull it up. The other thing I've got is the manual. This is going to be that, I'm on a session, I don't know what to do. Right, I'm going to pull the manual out. It's got loads of examples of exercises that I can teach with how-tos. So you're not going to feel like you're floundering because so many people did and do, and I did. That's what I felt until I sat down and worked on all this. So who's invited? If you're an instructor, you're invited. If you've passed a course in an organisation to do a Mantrailing tracking, if you're self-taught from working with dogs, that's fine. If you're stuck in a rut and you don't know what you're to do next, and you're just being told, well, do it this way, or go back to foundations, or like the same stuff I'm hearing from multiple organisations and multiple people. You need a community that doesn't judge. We're not here to judge. There's no stupid questions. There's only more information. And you want to learn more. You want to help your clients, and you want to be the best instructor you can be. Like, this is the place to be. There's going to be so much more information coming in it. So what's included? Well, literally one metric shit ton. Monthly webinars, cheat sheets, analysis, how-to videos, instructor manual, bonus videos with industry experts. We've got some geeky people already in there, guys. I pulled some information from the other stuff. Handouts for clients, which I think is an easy thing to do, and it's a fun thing to give your clients to keep them on board. How many clients of ours want the next thing? So handouts are a great way to be like, oh, I want to make you a better trailer, a bit of this, bit of that. Monthly Q&As for you guys. So 27th of every month at 8 p.m, there will be a live that you can jump on. So whatever day the week 27th lands on, there will be a live. Ask questions. We'll go through stuff, be recorded, but it's there for you to basically pick my brains. Business and social media support. I've got some bloody epic people coming to speak to. I've got Georgia Evergreen Paws, who is a social media specialist who in Mantrailing people, like, she is a Mantrailing instructor. She's worked with me and she understands the industry. She's brilliant. I've got Ricky coming from K9 copywriter, who's helped me with loads of stuff. She understands Mantrailing. She understands getting businesses sorted. I've got Vicky coming from the pet accountant to help with your business stuff. I've got people coming in to make your businesses better, not just your skills and training. You know, at the end of the day, you're self-employed. You have to run a business as well. There's a community. You have everything for the Mantrailing membership. So are those of you that already have a Mantrailing membership that's aimed more at like geeky clients and geeky people, the information from that is going to be added into the Academy. It's moving its way over at the moment. Having to do some formatting. It's taking a bit of time, but it's all going to be in there. So you've got one subscription instead of two. That's great. Access to retreats, guys. I've just run my first one last weekend, and oh my God, we had 3 days of mind-blowing information. We worked literally from 9 a.m. through to 7 p.m, working the dogs, working the handlers. It was just mind-blowing. We didn't stop. Access to CPD. There'll be a CPD for the certificate for the end of the year as well that you can showcase and say, hey, I've done my CPD. I've created to X point. I'm happy. And you can showcase your clients that you are investing in yourselves and make a song and dance out of it. There's the map. So obviously, there's always a map and membership. The map's being built at the moment. It's going to go live so that people can find you properly and work in. So monthly content. So every month there's going to be a monthly webinar to it, and where possible, it will have client handouts to go with it as well. So you get the webinar recorded, you get the presentation, you get the cheat sheet that goes with it that you can either print off and keep yourself, you can put it in your manual, and you can stop and pause stuff. The webinars are in quite bite-sized chunks of like 5 minutes at a time, and they're built into sections. So you can be like, oh, I've run this and I want to know how to do that exercise, or I want to know about this, or I want to know about that. It's great. And it means that you can stop, start, because if anything, like if you're anything like me, you want to just do it, stop, go down the rabbit hole, come back. So you can go down the rabbit hole, come back and watch the next video. It's all broken down. So that's every month. It's a webinar on something to do with Mantrailing, your business, social media. It's not always going to be specifically like Mantrailing tracking type stuff. It is going to be like, sometimes we're going to have a business month where I'm like, right, guys, we need to sit down and make sure you're profitable. There's no point running a business if you can't afford to live. And I think a lot of us are on that line with sometimes, especially with like the fuel prices and stuff changing. Monthly Q&As. But I've written A and Q's there. Monthly Q&As. So 27th of the month, whatever day it lands on, we are going to go back to asking questions without opportunities. It's going to be progression that goes far beyond like me going, oh, well, the dog's struggling, go back to foundations or hunting trails or do some fire trails or do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. It's not going to be it's going to be like, right, well, you've got that problem. Tell me more about the dog. Tell me more about the handler. If you've been in the Mantrailing membership, these Q&As are really good because we tend to go down a rabbit hole something, but there's lots of conversation we can have, and we hive mind it. So I'll give you a couple options on my end, and then everybody on the call will also go, oh, what have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? The discussion carries on afterwards. You can discuss under these posts in the Zenler. So you can be like, oh, watch Q&A. Oh, I've had a really good idea that might help that person. I'm going to write underneath, and then Catherine's going to share it to them. So this isn't about, oh, I've got a question and then might get an answer. You've got a question, you're going to have 15 answers. So then you can go to your client and go, you know what, I think this is the best thing for that dog. Try. If it doesn't work, you've got another option, another option, another option. The lives are also a great way to communicate and connect with other instructors. It can be very lonely in this industry, being a dog trainer. It can be very much you're stuck. And I don't want that. I want you to have access to other people that you might meet. So again, the retreat, I had 6 instructors come across the UK, 2 in one area and 5 in a completely different areas. They were literally couldn't have been like further points of the UK than me. And they all came together and we had this huge collaboration weekend where with very different client bases, very different things to work on. And everybody wanted to be, you know, God, what about this? What about that? Have you tried this? Have you tried that? This is how we can get new clients, how to keep clients. This is what I do on sessions. And it was just so nice to see everybody buzzing off each other. It was just like crack cocaine for me. So industry experts, yep. Industry experts. So there's already recordings in there from Ilka Hamilla, from Dr. Paula, Dr. Edgar, Shay Kirk, oh God, Sally, whose last name I've forgotten. So there's already some videos from industry experts that were in the Mantrailing membership that I've already pulled across, so those who maybe haven't seen it, and they're really, really good conversations about science, training dogs, where the industry's heading, that kind of thing. And that's just going to keep expanding. I've got a few more planned coming in the rest of the year. But if you have any suggestions as part of the academy, you can suggest and say, hey, have you thought about such and such, or can you speak to so-and-so? And I'll see who I can get in to speak to you guys about not just Mantrailing and trailing, like the kind of this is how we teach stuff, but actually the science behind it. It's the science behind everything that I think we really need to know as instructors and handlers, is like the whys as well as the what is the dog doing. Business hub. I think this is important. I know a lot of people are like, I don't need to do any social media. I've done it. Fine. You know what? You don't have to be involved, but the way the world is going, you need to be on social media. You need to understand how to bring more clients in. You need to understand how to keep clients with your social media. And it is part of being a small business that you have to sell yourself. And I think it's the ickiest, hardest thing that we do. We don't sell ourselves as much as possible. We go, oh, look, I do Mantrailing. I do tracking. And then hope that people flock to us. And the way social media is now, there's so much out there, and the algorithm is not your friend as a small business. We have to be able to feel confident in what we're doing, and there's going to be help on that. It's going to keep building up because it's ever changing as well. It's got people coming in every couple of months to help you with that. I'm here to help you with that as well. I have run a business by myself. I've been self-employed my whole life, and I know where the pitfalls are, and also help with finances. We are terrible at not charging what we're worth, and if you're not charging what you're worth, you don't make a profit. And if you can't make profit, you can't come to all the sexy retreats. No, you can't have the thing you want to buy. If it's a new dog, if it's something for you, like you can't keep giving your knowledge away for free. You are too good. So the instructor manual is also included. So I looked out there on the market, and there's loads of books about Mantrailing and tracking and trailing, and there's loads of different things written by AI, or there's 40 years old. I've got a shelf full of books. So there's like 3-4 shelves full of books. I got rid of a load recently as well. And I was like, there's nothing out there that's like forever changing. So the manual, it's not a book, it's not a static book. It is a folder full of everything. So it's got all the information on theory, and then it's got how-to guides, how to do intensities, how to problem solve that, how to troubleshoot it, how to build intercepting trails. Oh, let me do the thing. It has so much information in the how scent moves, talk about dog behavior. But for me, I think for you guys, mostly as instructors, is things like alternative starts, how to build, so you know, do transfers, car starts. So you can get to a session and go, oh god, we need to do something different today, guys. Oh right, it's in here, and it's how to teach it. So you've probably done it with your clients, you've probably done it, or probably done it in a workshop more than anything. It's the how to. Who's the exercise good for? Who, when you shouldn't be doing this exercise for somebody, you know, maybe they're a bit overfaced. And then it's the problem solving. So it's your kind of little baby. It's my little baby. I love it. I take on sessions and I'm like, I'm going to do this. It's £50 and it ever grows. So once you bought this, you bought it. Every time I produce something in the academy, you get the PDFs, you can print it off, add it. Every time I change something in this book, you get the PDFs, you print it off, you can change it. Everything that I do goes into this and you will get it. My instructors get this included on the instructor course, so they get there's an instructor version of this. It's a little bit different. It has a little bit something else in it. It's only for those instructor courses. But those, so if you've got an instructor course put with me this year, don't buy that. You're going to get one. If you want this though, it's included on the academy, so it's only for academy members. And the PDFs only come as long as you're a member. So if you stop being a member, you won't get the updates. But I think you've got that much stuff in here, man. Like, this took me months of sitting down and writing stuff, and it just keeps growing. It's just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And then for every exercise that's in there, there's going to be videos in the academy explaining how they work, and videos of them they're going right and wrong. And yeah, so every time that you can go, oh, I want to learn how to do a transfer start and or contaminated start. So I'm going to go on, look in the academy. Oh, there's a video on the dog doing it. Here's a video on how to teach it. Here's Catherine talking about how to teach it. Here's Catherine talking about all the fallouts, things that go right or wrong. Right, I feel ready now. I'm going to go teach my clients, so that you've got them all there. You're not, worried about teaching stuff. Because often if you've done like a trainer day, which I love, like I love my trainer days because I get to really geek out with instructors, but we might only run through the exercise a couple of times. It doesn't mean it's gone in your head. Like, you've got about 20 minutes of brain power. Continue professional development. CPD. Not everybody loves CPD, and that's fine. And it is often, sold as continued professional development. I think it's personal development. So it's personal development for you and your client base. So we all know it's instructor's curse. You become an instructor and then you don't work your dog because you're so busy teaching other people's dogs. Training days are great. You can come work your dogs. It's why I'm running a retreat, so you can work your dogs. I'm going to do some days where we just meet as instructors and work our dogs and do some exercises. But you get opportunity to work with me in person. So on trainer days, tracking top-up courses, instructor courses, and then I'm planning some big shit for next year, guys. Some big business shit as well. I've got a couple of really cool people on board, and we're going to do some days where we sit down and we look at your business, and me and the two of the guys that are involved are going to sit down and help you with social media, help your finances, help your business, so that you can come away with this 2-day workshop and go, I know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm on Cloudline. Let's go, bitches. Because you deserve to thrive. You absolutely deserve to thrive. And if you're not thriving, we have a problem. You should be thriving. Everybody here, I know, has a skill, because most of the people I can see on it have either trained with me or I know them by proxy. Not everybody, which is really cool, but there should be opportunity for you to have continued professional development. And that isn't just with me. They're going to bring other people in. And if you don't want to do it with me, that's fine. Like, go and work with other organizations. Go and learn stuff. You should be learning all the time. I'm still learning. I got to learn from other organizations and people that have been doing it longer than me, or people that with different ideas to me. And I want you to then come back and go, oh, that's really good. Log that in your CPD and go, you know what? I had a really great year. I really want to shout about that. Part of the academy, at the end of the academy, I can have a badge that says, done my CPD and I'm a sexy, sexy person. It's all good. Your clients can see that and they can understand that you do invest. They don't understand what courses you've done, but they understand that you've invested in yourself. So the Mantrailing membership, so the Patreon, so something called Patreon, something called Mantrailing membership. So what is currently out there is a membership. That is still going to continue on its own. That is still going to be there. It's going to eventually migrate over to the new system, but it's still there. But what's going to happen is the content from that is migrating currently over to the academy, and you'll have pretty much all of it. All you won't get is the access to Q&A recordings, and there's some bits and bobs that I've actually chosen to take out. But you have 99% of it. Now, bearing in mind, there is three years worth of monthly content going on in there. So this is going to be 3 years of content that we're moving its way over to Academy in the next couple of days. And you're going to have all the content pre-recorded on the tracking, the Mantrailing, the trailing, the science, how to teach stuff, ideas. So that's all going to be migrating its way over. So you're going to have that on one membership. You're just paying for one thing. If you don't want to pay for the academy and you want to keep Mantrailing membership, still there. It's just going to migrate over at some point. I'm just busy moving stuff over bit by bit. So if you want a subscription, if you want it, it's claimable. It's claimable as a monthly subscription in your business. You can claim it against your taxes. So also retreats and in-person workshops. You are going to get access to immersive days working with me. I'm going to turn my camera off because my internet's gone crap. So you can get immersive days working with me, where we get to work on you, your dog. We've got business booths, we've got training. We're going to do a trail train afternoon tea, which is the cake-filled version, which I'm very excited for. That hasn't gone out yet. I haven't got the specifics, but we're going to train our dogs, eat cake, train our dogs, eat cake. I mean, I don't think you can get much better than that, frankly. And I mean, there's always cake on retreats. Like, it is basically mandatory at this point. But I think we need to have opportunity, not just instructors to, work out, just to upskill and learn and become the best instructors we can be. Sometimes we just want to meet up and train our dogs. So most of these are going to be like 2 or 3 day workshops. So that, so the likes that are coming over from Ireland or people that are traveling across country, because I know I'm not in the best place being in mid Wales. A lot of stuff's going to happen around here, guys. I'm still not doing a lot of traveling at the moment because I've got a tiny baby. He's 4 months old. But the stuff that you're going to be able to work on. So we're going to trainer retreats. We're going to have business boost. We're going to have trail train and afternoon tea, which I'm very excited about. So there's going to be access to in-person stuff. There'll be more stuff building, and I'm also happy for you to suggest things. Like, Catherine, I really like something like this. Like, can you build something? If I can get a few people interested, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to have feedback from you guys when we're doing stuff like this. So there's 3 different pathways as well to become an instructor under the umbrella of the Trailing K9s Academy. So you can do the instructor course if you've not necessarily already got a course under your belt. Maybe you're self-taught, maybe you've done an online course, you do something in person. There's the instructor course, which is 10 days in person. If you've done an instructor course, you can do your Mantrailing, but you want to add the tracking skills. There's a tracking top-up course. So what I will do at the end of this is I will, when I email you guys a recording, it'll have all details in there. But I've got instructor courses running next April for both the main instructor course and the tracking top-up course. This year's courses are full. And there's also the assessment route. So I was asked by a lot of people that maybe have a lot of knowledge already that don't necessarily want to go through an instructor course game, which I totally understand, but they want to come under the umbrella of Mantrailing Academy. So I've built the assessment route. This is only for members in the academy. You have to be a member of the academy. This isn't going out to everybody. This has to be people that I know have done, you need to be interviewed. So you need to show me that you've got knowledge in Mantrailing and tracking, because everything I do is under the umbrella of trailing, which involves Mantrailing and tracking skills to get the best out of the dogs. So if you've done a lot of Mantrailing courses and you want to build up, the tracking top-up courses for you. If you're kind of self-taught, maybe done an online course and want something in person, then the instructor course, which is 10 days in person, has the Mantrailing and the tracking knowledge. If you've done, a Mantrailing course, you've done a tracking course, like maybe it's set in print for dogs one, or like a 5-day course with some other organization, you can then come to the assessment route. We have an interview, and then you can come to a 3-day assessment, which is 1 day of me teaching you and going through the stuff that I want you to know, and like the way that I think is the best way to work it. Here's 6 ways to problem solve it, which is often it. Then you do a day of training each other, and then you do a day of training clients, so that I can assess that your skills are where they want to be. This is a pass and fail course. And if after the end of the 3 days I'm not happy, we'll have a discussion and go forwards. And then all these courses are interviewed. You have to apply and you have to be interviewed by me. I do not allow just anybody in my courses. 1, because I have a very high standard. 2, I don't want to waste your money in a course that isn't the right thing for you. I'm very pragmatic, and if it's not the right thing for you, I will tell you. And 3, I won't waste your money if I don't need to waste your money. So how much is the academy? This is when everybody always asks the money bit of it. It's £35 a month until 11th of July. So up until 11th of July, so in about 2 weeks, it is £35 a month. This is your founding member price. It will never go up. It will never change. It's £35 a month. After that, it's £45 a month. So you get a metric fuck ton in this. So you're getting the Mantrailing membership included. So that's already saving you £10 a month. If you pay yearly, so if you said, right, you know what, I'm going to pay yearly, I'm going to save yourself 10%, and you're going to get the instructor manual included. So you're going to get 50 quid for that included, and you're saving yourself quite a lot of money on the yearly one. So the yearly does also pick up onto the 45 per month as well. It's going up because it's going to be, as it grows, the content increases. There's stuff in there that will never go out public. There's stuff in there that will never reach anybody else. If you're in the academy, you're getting everything first. Simple as. I'm not passing on to anybody else. I'm not going to try and sell it out. Otherwise, it is for you guys, because I want to invest in you guys. Because if you're there to learn, that's who I want. I don't want people that want to turn up once and disappear off into the ether. That's not the people I want to work with. I want to work with you guys that are like, Catherine, I need the information. What about this? Asking me questions like, how about this? I'm like, I don't know. Let me go find out. Let me find out the person. Let me go and do the research. Let me go and read the science papers, and I'll come back to you. I want you guys to be as geeky as I am. So it's £35 a month until the 11th of July. After that, it's £45 a month. And if the prices change, whenever you buy into it, the price won't go up afterwards. You'll stay at that price. If you're on the trailing instructor course, you get a year included free after doing the instructor course, because I don't think you should pay for membership when you're getting your feet under the table. Thank you, guys. Any questions, ping them in the chat now. I'm going to go through the chat, but feel free to ping away as we're doing stuff. And hopefully my camera will work and I can turn this off. Stop sharing. Hello, people. I'm back. Super duper duper. Right, let's go for the messages quickly. Right. Patreon's not going to close, Claire, so I think I addressed that. Nope. So Patreon will still be open. The Mantrailing membership will be open for geeky people. It's just going to migrate to Zenler at some point as I work through. But everything from that, well, 99% of it is moving over to the Academy as we speak. It's just taking me time to format because some of the files are quite large. And Patreon's paying the bum. So yeah. The tracking top up. So if you are on the instructor course later on this year or the tracking top up, yes, you get the folder included. You will actually get my instructor folder, which is slightly different. It's got slightly more stuff in this that will not go in the manual. So if you're on my instructor courses, you get another little bit of sexy stuff on the side. So yeah, you get, of course, you won't need to buy it now. And if you did, we'd come to, agreement on refund on that one. There's always cake, guys. Always cake. As we work along, I don't believe in a life without cake. It's just it's the way it is. You have to work. I mean, there's no other options. You have to have cake. I'm just going to stick the link in the chat, guys, for you if anybody wants to purchase now. So cake, take my money. Just send the sign up link. Thank you, guys. I've just showed it in the chat. So yeah, the manual you can buy separate. So if you go on just the monthly of £35 a month, or you buy the yearly. So the monthly £35 a month, you can just access the manual. There'll be a link to buy it, or I can send it to you. And then I can get it in the post this week, or if it's seen, you drop it off. The postage is included. And you also at the moment get a copy of the trailing terms as well included, because why not? If you buy the yearly plan, you just get that free. So I'll post it out to you once you confirm the plan. So I just thought it's a great way, if you're paying for stuff, it's a bit cheaper when you're paying stuff up front. And I thought it's a great way for some people, if they can afford it, to actually save a bit of money. So yeah. Any more questions, guys? Like, I am buzzing off my tits about all of this. Like, you won't believe the stuff that is in this academy and how exciting it's going to be. And it's just going to keep growing. And it grows based off you guys as well. You can go in the community, you can ask questions, you can drop me an email and say, hey, Catherine, like, how do I do this? Can you do some videos of this? And I'm like, just hold on a second, I'll come back to you. This is a membership that you need. So if you go and cancel all your other memberships, you will actually save money because you'll get more out of it. It's up to you, you're adults. But this is going to cover so much stuff in there. And like I say, it's everything that you guys have given me feedback on. It's the conversations I've been having with you about, I need to know this, I need to learn how to do that, I'm struggling, I can't always get to like in-person stuff. Maybe that in-person stuff doesn't address what I need it to do because it's not what it says on the tin. It's all in here. And then if you want to then, join here, cancel your Mantrailing membership, so you got all in one place, then jobs are good. And yes, Julie, you can. But yeah, so if you've got any questions, guys, after this, drop me a message, or I'm going to pop this up on YouTube so you guys can watch it later. Those on the emails, if you've got any questions, you just reply on the email. And really, really thank you for those that have jumped on live. You guys are just amazing. And I can't wait to see most of you. I've seen this year or seen soon. Oh no, the big button didn't work. I'll go and edit it now, guys, and I'll sort it out. But you'll get the link in the emails in a second. Thank you.